Well, good morning, friends, and Happy New Year. This morning, Pastor Elias is going to be talking about the topic of loneliness. And I want you to know that everybody has felt lonely at some time or another. And so I would imagine that you have felt lonely at times. Sometimes we think of loneliness as just being alone, that when we're alone, when we're all by ourselves, that's when we feel lonely. And certainly, sometimes when we are alone, we do feel lonely. But I think there are other times when we're alone and we don't feel lonely at all. What's even more interesting is that sometimes we can be with a big group of people, and sometimes that's when we feel the most lonely. Maybe it's at school, on the playground, there's lots of kids around, but maybe we still feel quite lonely. Or maybe even sometimes within our families, we feel a little bit lonely. And I want you to know that everybody feels lonely sometimes. But if you feel lonely a lot, it's probably a good idea to talk to an adult that you trust about that, so that they might be able to help you with that. I also want you to know that in the Bible, it talks about how God cares for us, how God cares about us when we feel lonely. So much so that God has given us the promise that He is always with us. Even when we're alone, God is with us. So if we know God, we're truly never ever alone. There's lots of places in the Bible where God talks about His care for us. And one of those is Psalm 139. It's a psalm that I've actually loved since I was a little girl, because it does talk about how God knows us and is near to us. And so I want to read you a short storybook about that psalm. And this book is read with permission of HarperCollins Christian Publishing. God is my Father who made everything, and I am a little explorer of the wide world. He is near me, and He protects me. He sees me, and He knows me. He is strong and He looks after me. He is with me always. However far I go, He is always near me. I could climb the biggest mountain. I could fly to the highest star. I could dive into the deepest sea. I could sail far, far away to the North Pole. God would still be there. I could trek through jungles, ride through deserts, zoom as fast as light. God would still be there. Even in the dark at night, He is still with me there. He stays close to me and He won't ever leave me. Because I am His little child and He loves me. The end.